What is up, brother man? So, today I will be presenting how to not have your skull exploded in Valorant, made by me. Now, before we start, slight disclaimer, everything that I say in this video is basically just stolen from this Kompeki video, which is the 46 minutes of Valorant mechanics. However, it's very slow paced and it's very educational. And every time I try to get my Buns Silver friends to look at it and try to learn and improve on themselves, they basically just don't watch it. So I'm making this so a little bit faster. I think I'll have like I'll put like Subway Surfers in the corner somewhere, probably like top right, to keep you entertained. And basically I'm here to quickly explain all the basic mechanics so that when they slow walk around an angle and get their head fucking exploded off their shoulders, they won't come to me and whine and be like, I couldn't have done anything. Because it's your fault. Yeah. Alright, let's begin. So, there's wide peaks. So this is basically the peak that literally everybody does. This is the one that my silver friends love to do, and it's the only peak that they know how to do, which is you're standing next to the angle, and you just want to take a fight. You don't really know what you're doing. You don't know if someone's there. You don't know if they're holding you. You don't know how many there are. So you just wide peek into the angle, and then you get triple held, and your skull gets exploded. And that's what a wide peak is. I'll show like graphics. I don't know how I'm gonna do this yet. I'm just kind of annoyed because the last 5 stack, I'm making this so that the 5 stack is not getting thrown every time we play. So there's also shoulder peak. So that's where you just sort of jiggle out a little bit and then throw off your enemy's crosshair placement. We also have like jump peaks. So this is if you want info. So if you have no idea what's on the other side of that angle and you just want to know, then probably jump peeking is the best way to do that. So that's the one where you go boing and around that angle, and yeah, you've seen me do it. You'll know. And then jiggle peeking, dead zoning. I love doing this one. I've seen Brad and Pat like kind of try to emulate it, but I'll show you how to properly do it because you're like trying, and I appreciate that out of you guys. I appreciate that you're trying, but you're doing it wrong. And then crouch peeking, which you guys aren't gonna do because you're in silver lobbies and everyone aims for the body. Alright, schmovement. Schmovement. So this is another point which I really want to cover real quick because right angle peaks, you need to be perpendicular to the line of sight. And this is something else which you guys do, and you're getting your head exploded because you're not doing it properly. So that's where if you imagine someone's holding you, you need to be peeking perpendicular to the way that they are holding, so that you move at the fastest as fast as possible, so you're a very difficult target to hit. So a lot of the time, I'll see you guys holding like 2 input keys and like going around the corner, and that makes you move slower, which is bad because it means your skull gets exploded and removed, and then you're like, oh, I couldn't have done anything. They just blew my head off, and it's your fault because you slow peeked around a corner holding 2 direction keys and you died, right? So whenever you peek, you need to be peeking perpendicular as well as only holding 1 direction key. Alright, angle advantage. There's more to it, but basically whoever's further away from the angle will be able to see the person who's closer to the angle. Which makes sense, right? If your face is right in front of the like, oh, you can't see anything, but the person that's further away can see because of the angle. I'll put a graphic or something in probably. So, this is how you actually want to clear stuff, right? So, the best way to clear stuff is 3 ways. Once again, this is all stolen from Kompeki. I'm just making it a little faster pace so your monkey brain will actually understand it, and then you'll stop throwing when we 5-stack together. Isn't that right, boys? So slicing the pie. So that's where you're basically holding 1 direction key. You go out, you put your crosshair into the wall, you go out, and then when you're exposed to the angle, your crosshair is already on the common angle, and you can explode the other person's skull. You're moving at the max speed, so this is just a very good way to clear if you have a lot of time. So that's the first way. The second way is peeling the angle. This is the faster way of doing stuff, so you're kind of just going around. If you're running out of time but you still want to like silent clear stuff, this is a pretty good way of doing it. So something like tree, if I really need to clear tree really fast, something I can do is, obviously, ideally I want to be doing this, slowly clearing everything, and then finally that back part. I should have been closer to this wall. But sometimes you just don't have time, right? Maybe it's a big execute, maybe they're concussed or something, you want to capitalize off that, you can just swing through. make sure that your crosshair is staying close to where you're exposing. So every new angle, your crosshair is at least close to their heads, right? Anytime you peek like this, you're like over peeking, and that means you need to do massive flicks. So that's what over peeking is. Jiggling, which is the best way of doing it, which is where you go out, you expose yourself, you clear one angle, then you go back in, move your crosshair into the wall again, go back out. And that's the way that you should be doing it if you have like plenty of time. It's the safest way to do it, and it's also the easiest way you can just farm people if they're holding you on like a very very common angle. Also, always remember that when I'm doing this, I'm never holding my walk button. Like, I'm not doing it like this, right? See how slow I'm going? Fucking sluggish ass pace. Right, the way you want to be doing it is without holding the shift key, you can actually move at max speed for quite a while without making any noise, right? So that's how I've been doing it. See what I mean? So you don't want to be doing it walking. Like, you can see that the difference is night and day. Look how slow that is, bro. You don't want to be doing that shit. You don't want to be doing it like that. Alright, so, fellas, putting all of that together, this is what I sort of want to start seeing from you guys. I should have mentioned, like, crosshair placement as well. So, obviously, when you're swinging, you want your crosshair to be actually on the head when you swing. But on angles like this is how I'd probably be, like, clearing it. And I know you guys have seen me do this, but you sort of just want to peek out and make sure that your crosshair is going to be on the first most common angle. So, usually there could be someone holding from there or on top of this box, right? So, you sort of just want to, when the round first starts, usually what I'm doing, if I'm, like, by myself, I'm going to sort of clear like this. Usually I'm going to be jiggling like this first to sort of just get some information, see if someone's holding. And then also with the jiggles, you can try to dead zone. This is a little bit more difficult. But you can see as I'm going back, I am shooting a bullet. That's something else I forgot to mention. But basically, you want to slowly clear the angles. So I'm like, okay, no one's there. Next, I want to clear like behind here. So then I put my crosshair in the wall. I swing out. And then I'm pre-aiming this spot. After I cleared this, then I want to go and clear box. So I put my crosshair in the wall, swing out, and then I'm pre-aiming box here. Now, obviously, depending on how much time, you can do it really slow. Like, I can clear that, then I can, you know, slowly just sort of working my way out and around, and then I can even come up and sort of check on this. Basically, the thing that's getting you guys killed the most is you're just doing this. Or not even this, like, you're holding two movement keys and you're, like, just sort of running it down. Or you're even worse, you're just holding W and you're sort of just going for it, right? So then you're exposed to every angle known to man. You guys are getting headshot and you're like, oh, well, I couldn't do anything there because I got headshot. But it's like, it's your fault that your head got exploded, right? Because you exposed yourself to every angle. So just take a little bit more time to sort of clear like this. If you have time, of course. Of course, there's times where you do just have to run it down, right? Maybe there's like 15 seconds left on the clock and you just have to sort of go around. You need to run it down and then you need to go fast. But for the most part, like, just slow down at the beginning of rounds when you have time. Try to actually think about where someone could be. So they could be there, they could be there, they could be there. Pre-aim it, swing out, and try to just jiggle peek a little more. And then say there's an op there. Something you can do is what I said before, like shoulder peek, try to bait out a op shot. So you're doing that. Maybe they shoot the op, or you use your jump peek if you need to know that someone's there. So that's sort of the thing that I want to, that I need to be seeing from you guys, which is less wide swinging, taking your time, and remembering the T rule, right? So every time I'm doing this, I am only holding one direction key. And even better, I should be like as far away from the wall as possible. And then I'm only using one direction key, peeking out and going back in. Oh yeah, one other thing that I really want to say is I hate holding angles. Holding angles is honestly terrible in this game. Because if someone's peeking you and they're doing all the stuff that I said before, if I'm holding this and I'm getting pre-aimed, right? They are most likely, because they're going to pre-fire me, my head's going to get absolutely blown up. And it feels bad, right? Because I don't even have a chance to react. And it's made even worse by the fact that we all play on 60 ping, right? 50 to 60 ping. So if someone has 10 ping or something, then they're going to have an extra of like 40 milliseconds to react, and it feels bad. So something that I do a lot, and you'll also see me, if I want to like hold this angle, instead of holding this angle like this, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be jiggling it, essentially, going in and out enough times like this, so that essentially I am holding the angle, but I'm not actually, and it means that I just have a chance to actually fight. Because if I'm on 50 or 60 ping, There's no way that I'm going to win a fight like this, holding, and some guy swings me on 10 ping. I'm going to lose almost all the time. But at least this way, there's a chance that he swings, I swing after him, I have Pika's advantage, and I'm able to pop him. Alright, let's say you do everything perfectly. You know, you're using the T rule, you're back from the angle, you swing out, and you just happen to miss. Right? Maybe your crosshair was a little too high like I was there. And you now need to actually fight. Remember, after you've taken those first few shots, after you've shot, you need to be moving, readjusting your crosshair, and then firing. A lot of the time, what will happen is you'll move out, you'll stop, you'll aim, you'll shoot. What the fucking John? That's crazy, man. It's actually crazy how terrible this game is. What you should be doing instead to make yourself as hard as a target to hit as possible is when you're aiming, right? You should be moving. So if the dot isn't on his head, I'm moving. And then when it is on his head, I'm stopping and I'm shooting. I'm going to switch to a Guardian so it doesn't do that again. Like that. So say I whiff, I should be aiming, right? So that's sort of what you want to be doing. To be as... holy ass. To be as unkillable as possible. You need to be in between your shots. You should be moving while you're aiming and then shooting. Oh, I see him. Okay, I'm stopping and then I'm aiming like this and then I'm shooting his skull. It should be, oh, I see him. I keep moving. All right, it's on his head. Now I stop and shoot, right? So using your movement to aim is also very important so that you're not getting shot. And while you're still trying to aim for the head, you are a very difficult target to hit. Like, you can weave like a crouch in there if you want. I don't know, man. I'm hard stuck plat. You don't have to listen to me. I just know this shit exists, and at least I'm not bronze or silver, so that's what really matters, right? What a miserable life I lead.